What is going on? Listen, a few months ago, I bought a canvas inflatable tent from a company called Camville. Great tent. As great of a tent as it is, it could have been just a little bit bigger. So what I found was a company called Tomount, I'm not really sure. What this is a canvas inflatable tent. Now, it's going to be a slightly better price than even the Camville was, but this tent is going to be slightly bigger also. All right, so let's crack this bad boy open and see what's going on. Great canvas bag they give you, a handle on the end. And you could probably use these two. Something they could have done probably was give me more of a duffel bag handle on this. Let's pop it open, see what we got inside here. So once you open this up, little drawstring on it also. Keep everything nice and tight, but give you plenty of room to get inside the bag. Inside is going to be the tent. They are going to give you instructions for this tent that are actually sewn to the inside of the bag here. It's going to come with a little patch kit and a little bit of a book of instructions. All right, so wrapped around this is just a couple of little cam buckle-y type things that will pull right off. Probably going to want to keep those to get this tight to fit back in the bag. They did give you plenty of room in that bag, so you know, like I know, when you roll this thing back up, it's not going to be as small as it was when you got it. But what they did was they put a very nice, thick, like vinyl material on the bottom that is going to go on the ground in case you forgot your pad. All right, so let's look at inside. Roll the tent out. So you're going to get a bag, you know, standard stakes, actually nice and thick, long, 2, 3, 7, looks like about 8 of them, something like that. Like I said, inflatable. You are going to get a pump with it that's got the keys and accessories to, you know, be able to blow up whatever else you want. In the last video, check out the link in the description for that tent video and that tent. I tried to use a little inflatable device and it just wasn't strong enough, so I ended up using this. All right, so with this unit right here, the rear left-hand corner of the tent has got the flap that's in it that leads you to the valve that's inside. So then you get, like I said, the pump and a little assortment of attachments. You're just going to set it up and plug it on in here. All right, so you're going to get the end of this, and it's going to have a couple attachments. And the thing about it is you don't actually even need those, because this piece right here is going to screw directly onto the tent. All right, so I'm at 45 pumps. I got it all set up. I'm going to put 5 more in it to grow on, and then we're going to be done. 50 pumps. All right, there we go. 50 pumps. And we are pretty rigid here. All right, let's take a walk around the outside. Front of this unit right here, mesh on a zipper. And then you have your door also on a zipper. Everything's got these tabs so you can roll everything up nice if you want to. Nice and deep. Check out the sides. All right, the sides. So the thing about this tent right here is it is not going to have any sort of a rain fly. So the sides, they're on a zipper. There is a screen window underneath there. But then that's it. It's going to be Velcro down. I don't see any way to extend these out or anything like that, like guy them down. And then pretty much the same thing back here. We're looking at one giant window flap that's on a Velcro, and then it is zipped on the sides that exposes a huge window. Oh, come on. That runs the whole length of the tent. Even in the back, besides these bottom guy lines down here, there are some top guys in case you really wanted to get this thing sturdy for some wind. So let's talk about a feature that this tent is going to have. So once you have that on Velcroed, there's a big fat zipper right there. Slide it onto that other big fat zipper. Give her a pull. Now you have a window. So you could leave the front of this open all night long. I'm sure this will get some wrinkles out once it gets a little heat on it. All right, so now this top flap here. If you had some poles, these did not come with this unit. If you got some hiking poles I just have extra, these are extra poles from my awning actually. There are eyelets right here, and all you do is poke your pole in there, and then you can guy these in and have yourself, you know, a little shade on there, depending on how you want it. Is how, you know, how far away from it you're going to put your poles, that kind of thing. Alrighty, once you're inside, 90 inches side to side. You are looking at 78 inches from the front to the back here. That's about as tall as I am. You're only looking at about 48 inches tall right here, and I think this one's probably like 36, something like that in the back. That's what I wanted. The last tent I had, love it to death. It just was a little short. And if you watch my videos, I like XL stuff. I got a huge mat. I got a huge cot. Things like that I'm trying to fit in here. So I needed just a little bit more room. All right, so on the inside, both sides are going to be exactly the same. They're going to give you a little flap, you know, a little pocket to keep some of your stuff in. And then you do have the mesh window. Like I mentioned before, only openable from the outside. And I thought that was really going to bother me on the other tent. And to be honest with you, it didn't. I don't really pursue a whole lot of bad weather camping. So, you know, take that with a grain of salt. And then the back, same thing. Giant window. That's mesh. But you're going to have to go outside to open it up. These inflatable shafts that make up this tent on this one do seem plenty of thick. They got a nice little texture on them. The seams are all super welded nice, glued, whatever they're doing here. So I'm going to leave this set up all day, and then I'm going to spend the night in it tonight. And by morning, I'll know if there's any sort of leaking. If I don't include that in this video, then we're golden and nothing really leaked. All right, so I have no affiliation with Tomount. I had to buy this myself. I just got on a kick of canvas tents and some inflatables. So subscribe, because I have a couple of more canvas tents coming. I've got a couple more inflatable tents coming that you might want to check out. Check out the video for the old inflatable tent. Like I said, it's a little smaller than this one, but I think the quality is a little better. I'm eventually going to do a side-by-side comparison of this one and the other one, just for quality of material. With as much canvas as I have, I probably have a video coming about seasoning your canvas tent. A lot of people ask questions about, you know, the material and how waterproof. Now, this one here is a TP blend, so this one's got cotton canvas in it. Plus, it's also got a polyester thread built in there that they're claiming is going to add a little more waterproof. But the thing is if you season a canvas tent, you never really have to worry about any kind of water coming through. See if this tent's right for you. I'm going to leave a link in the description. Check out my video for the other one. Maybe you like that one. I appreciate y'all watching. Y'all take it easy.